Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be putting in lights to my K5 Blazer. I picked up part number 8039. This is the light kit without the power module. And the reason I got that one is because I already have the power module. Now I've installed lights into the Bronco. I've never done the Blazer. So let's open this up, see what it takes. And inside the kit you have a couple plates. It looks like a mounting bracket of some sort, some zip ties, some buckets, and a little module. So I guess the first thing to do would be get the body off. Now I really like this body. I don't want to scratch it all up while I'm turning it over and installing the lights, so I think I have an idea. I'm going to put a little bit of press and seal over top of the body. This way I can keep it from scratching up everything else while I'm installing. Also lay down a microfiber cloth. Also help maybe keep this thing from getting all scratched up. I'd rather scratch it up on the trail. Alright, so I just put a layer of press and seal on. That'll protect the body a little bit from getting all scratched up. Now it's time to start the lights. First things first, I need to remove these two plates. Alright, so these pieces are out of the way. Now I am going to reuse these, so I want to make sure I put these to the side. I'm also going to want to make sure that the clear plastic lens stays in place. Next on the circuit board, I want to install these chromed pieces. There's a side that's raised. I want to make sure that that raised side goes over the actual circuit board. And they just go in place just like that. Alright, so I took the clear lens out of the body and just placed it over top to hold the whole assembly together. So with the body upside down, this is how I want my wires oriented. Got the dead end side over here, wrapping around. Here's the long lead. This long lead will then finish over somewhere around here. So these plates that I took off on the first step, I'm going to reuse these and screw these two lights into place. Alright, so both assemblies are in. Now I'm going to just simply pop in these side markers, just snap them into place. And the front assembly, the side markers, everything is finished. Moving on to the taillights, real simple. They just snap into place. Now the taillights do have a little 3mm opening. I guess you can put a reverse light in there. The kit does not come with that reverse light, so I'm going to leave it open. Now the orientation of the taillights, you got the short side. This is going to run over here, the long side over here. I'll zip tie all this together in a little while, and this is all going to feed through the power module. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and hook up the distribution block. First thing I need to do is put on this bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these two screws that hold on the door handle. Now this piece comes with some double-sided tape, so I'm going to stick one side onto the bracket. I am not going to remove the other side of the double stick tape. And with the double stick tape on, I am now going to just go ahead and put this into place. Two screws are back in, and I'm ready to install the distribution block to the outside. Alright, so now I can get the distribution block in. Before I tighten it all the way down though, I want to make sure I plug my wires in, because once you actually tighten it down, there's a couple little back plates that'll keep the wires from popping out. So I just put them in a little bit, the screws in a little bit, have it sitting there loose. I can get my wires plugged in, everything's in place. And then when I'm ready, I'll just tighten it down. There is a green jumper that I did plug in, and what this does, it gives me high beams. Everything is color coded, real easy to plug in. Now with all the wires plugged in, I'll just go ahead and screw this the rest of the way down. Everything is all nice and tight. I'll peel the body back just a little bit so I can get the other side of the double stick tape off, and then everything will stick in place. All my wires, everything is hooked up, plugged in. The only thing I'm going to do now is just take a little bit of time, use these supplied zip ties, and clean up these wires. Alright, so all the wires are cleaned up, everything is zip tied real nice against the body. I'm ready to move on to install the power module. Alright, so a couple things I did just to prep for this power module install. I took off the cover for the receiver. I also undid the two screws for the battery tray, so the battery tray can lift up and out of the way. And on the side with the ESC, there are two posts. This just goes right in and gets screwed down. So jumping ahead just a little bit, I got the module hooked in. I tapped into the ESC, the red wire coming off the ESC. This just plugs right in with the JST plug. And then the long red lead runs underneath the battery tray. You can actually take off this zip tie and kind of zip tie everything together. More work. I just zip tied it to the bundle of wires. There's a screw right in the center. You just loosen that screw up. This way you can lift these two servos out a little bit. I didn't completely remove it, just loosened it, and that allows you to slide this red wire underneath this little plastic bracket. And I snaked the wire along the side. Everything is ready now to be fed through into the receiver box. So I fed the wire through, nothing fancy, just found a spot where the wire would fit through. And once I got it in, I plugged it into channel 1. It is the extra steering servo slot. It's open. Just plug it right into channel 1. So now I'm going to just go ahead and put the cover back on, being careful that I don't pinch any wires. You can also use a little grease over here just to make sure that no water seeps in. I'll protect it a little bit against the elements. And the last thing I need to do is put the 2 screws back in to the battery tray. And everything is complete. Now there are 4 ports onto this power distribution block. You can use any one of the 4 to plug in the lead for your lights. You can also put a little dielectric grease on there just to protect it from the elements. So now with that complete, I'm going to plug a battery in and put the body on. And with the body on, I'll take off my press and seal. And just like that, it is done. I think it looks really cool. Definitely like having lights on the rigs. Just think it adds a little bit of style, and it looks pretty cool too. Alright guys, so that's about it. If you like what you saw, please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a great day. I'll see y'all soon.